Hello and welcome to the Expedition Forge. As the name suggests, I love going on adventures, expeditions. I love using my four-wheel drive vehicle to go on adventures that are far off the beaten path, beyond what normal vehicles are able to get to. I love to be isolated in the wilderness with my four-wheel drive and my little family, able to camp by ourselves. I love it so much. That's my favorite thing to do. But being that far out in the wilderness where no help is able to get to you comes with some risks. So if you're gonna be going on a vehicle-based adventure, you need to carry one of these. This is a tire plug kit. This one's from ARB, but a lot of places make them. This will really get you out of a pickle if you have something like a screw or a nail or a stick that punctures your tire. You can plug that puncture and be on your way and get back to civilization, to a tire shop, to safety, to sustenance, to communication. So this can really save your bacon if you're in a really remote place and you have a flat tire. So today I'm going to show you how to use it. And it's important to note too that this is not just for overlanding or something. If you just have a Toyota Camry and you find yourself with a nail in your tire, not a bad idea to carry one of these in your car just so you can plug it and limp yourself to a tire shop or something like that. It's important to note that you can drive on this, but I wouldn't recommend it long term. This is supposed to get you out of a pinch, supposed to get you off the side of the highway or what have you. If you don't have a spare in your car for whatever reason, these things can really be a lifesaver. So let's see how to use them. Now this is a spare tire from my F250, so it's already ruined, don't worry. It is important to note that these are used as plugs. So if you have something like a nail that gets stuck in your tread on this side and then it slowly makes your tire leak and go flat, you can use these plugs. It's not supposed to be used for the sidewall. I will tell you that in the off-road community, if you get a split in your sidewall, you can bunch these together and use them as a long patch to limp yourself home, to hopefully get your tire to hold air if it works, but that is not ideal. You don't want to go doing that. We are going to learn how to plug your tire if you get something like a nail in this tread part of your tire. So as we can see on our tire, we have a screw in the tread. Taking a look inside our plug kit just to understand what's there. We have some pliers, a little pocket knife, an Allen key, an air gauge. These two we'll use in a second. I'll show you what those do. These are the actual plug strips themselves with instructions underneath in case you forget what you've seen in this video. And you have your tire valves, caps, all those things in this little box, and the lubricant for these tools that I'll show you in just a second. So step one for this situation, you want to remove your pliers and your air gauge. If necessary, if the tire is not completely flat, you want to check the air pressure that is in the tire with your air gauge, and also you want to let the air out. So ensure that you don't have any air in the tire when you do this repair. So if this tire does not have any air in it, if you go to do this, you're gonna have air trying to leave all at once you remove this screw. So we don't have any air in this tire. Make sure you don't either. And then step one after you do that is remove whatever foreign object is causing the leak. All right, we got the screw out. Now that left a hole in the tire. Now the problem is that our plug can't actually fit in there, and tires have multiple plies of material, so overlapping sections of material that are layered on top of each other. We need to bore out a hole that goes through every ply so that the plug can go all the way down in the tire and fit in this hole all the way down. And we can put our pliers back into our kit and grab this tool. This spiral tool is designed to bore that hole out that I mentioned earlier. We're gonna take these two things, close up the kit. Now we're gonna get some of this lubricant, some of this clear stuff on this spiral bore out tool. We're gonna try to get this hole a little bit bigger so that we can fit the next step in. This takes quite a bit of force because you're trying to drive this through all of the plies of the tire. And as you push down and twist, you'll hear some popping noises. That's those strands of the plies moving out of the way. So you're slowly pushing strings of those plies out of the way as you bore down more and more. There we go. We're all the way down. Now it's a good idea to just make sure this thing is nice and rounded out. Giving this a good twist as we pull it out. Kind of roll it around in there. Don't worry, you're not gonna make this hole too big. Tires are very tough, very resilient. And these plies love to get moved out of the way, and then once you pull it out, they cross back over. So you really want to make sure that you move all of those layers out of the way so that that plug can slide down in whenever it's time. So as you can see there, we've really opened that up a little bit more than it was. Now this next part may take a little bit of patience. So what you're going to do next is grab the other sort of T-handle metal tool that you have in here. It's this one with a little slider piece. You're gonna grab one of your strip plugs here. So these plugs will be in a little plastic sheet like this. Open them up and just try to get one to where it's isolated on its own, like that. Then peel it out and feed it through this little tool. So this little tool has a little eye like this. You wanna squeeze this strip through that eyelet. It's gonna be hard. This is sort of a gummy texture. So you're gonna try to feed that through there, and you're gonna have to pull. You may have to use the pliers that you have in your kit. You need to push that through there. It's gonna get really, really slim. It's gonna be much skinnier on the other side than it is on this side. Try to squeeze the first part through there and pull it through with the pliers the rest of the way. So let's see if we can give a good example here. Now push that through as much as you can so that some sticks out, and then try however you can to get it fed all the way through. Now you have it halfway through like that. Now we're gonna try to push this into that hole that we made, and it's gonna go into the hole like this. So we're gonna push down, and I'll show you what to do next. Let's go to our tire. For me, I just tried to put that in there and I couldn't get it to go. Seemed like the hole wasn't big enough. That's totally fine. Just keep boring this thing out until it's able to go in there. I also give it some of this motion. Try to really move those plies out of the way so that then it has room for that plug to go in. Also, if you're having some trouble getting this to actually push in, you can add some of this lubricant to the tip of this just to get the metal to slide through and push this plug down in there. So again, it's going to take a lot of force and a lot of trial and error here. All right. See how that fell down in there? That's the goal. Now, once this thing is tucked down in there, so you can see it kind of caved in there like this, and now the plug is sort of bent down in there. Now you need to do is this slidey piece here, push that down against the tire while you pull this handle up. What this is gonna do is force the plug to stay where it is while it allows you to pull the metal handle out. So you're pushing this piece down, pulling this piece up. See, the plug stayed in place, and now it's in the tire. So now you can see the plug is in place here. So both ends are sticking out. No need to worry about anything bad happening from this sticking out. What's gonna happen is these are gonna wear flat as you drive down the road. So this plug really should hold as you drive down the road. you should be able to drive perfectly normally. But your best advice is to go get your tire checked out after you get to where you need to go. Like I said, these plugs are really a lifesaver in an emergency situation. So if you have a puncture like this can really get you out of a jam. After you put this plug in, you want to fill your tire with air, and then you can be on your way. Now you can use this to get yourself out of a jam if you have something like a screw or a nail or a stick in your tire. But as I mentioned earlier, if you have anything in your sidewall, you probably don't want to go with the plug option, unless, like I like to do, you're far off-road, you're remote, and you have some damage to your sidewall, and you need to try whatever you can to get home. You can stack plugs together and fill a gash in your sidewall, but I wouldn't recommend it in general use. I also think that these are great even for an on-road emergency situation. So this doesn't necessarily have to be an overland situation. If you drive a Camry to work every day and you have a flat on the side of the road and you don't have a spare or something like that, this is a great option to get you out of trouble. So pick yourself up one of these tire plug kits. They're very useful, and I recommend them for all sorts of different situations. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Pick yourself up a tire plug kit, especially if you're like me, if you're an overlander and you're going to be places where help's not available readily, and if other vehicles are going to have trouble getting to you, you need to have one of these, because this can be the difference between you getting home safely or having to abandon your vehicle or something like that. So carry a tire plug kit, even if you're just driving to work. That's what I do. I have a tire plug kit for a few of my cars, and they've really saved my butt on a lot of occasions. So thanks for watching the Expedition Forge. This is a quick video. On the next one, we're gonna get back to making the chassis rail for the Land Cruiser. I have the chassis rail welded up and cooling under a welding blanket right here on this table. So you'll see in the next in-shop video, you'll see the Cruiser get some rust repair and the new chassis, and then we'll throw the axle up underneath, and then the project will really get going. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to grow this thing bigger, and I'd love to give you more videos in the shop. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.